The next one is most. The first word, most. The next one is which one? Almost, right? Most, almost. Four words. Similar. Similar what? Similar sound. Most. The second word is almost. The third one is the most. And the fourth one is almost, not mostly, almost. Almost. With which are used differently. Which are used differently. Most, almost, the most are different when we use them. And how much we, so how can we use all of them? Let me separate all of them into sections. The first one is most. Explaining most, let me refer to the second one is most of my, not only the exactly, but it can be other also. The second one is all. Now the first word that I would like to explain in this clip is most, how to use most. And the second word is all, which can be used the same, which can be used the same. The third word, not every, not each. Let me see. Not one. I may find it here. Not two. Not two. Not dozens. Too bad. Not number of. The number of. Not almost. Oh God. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Maybe next page. But I would like to bring it here to explain together. Don't forget that's one. This copy will be sent to you too. Even the copy is not really clean, not so good for watching, reading, but you may find what I write or I wrote in the book here, and then it will remind you when you study alone. Ajahn Nares explained this one, and when you see all of this, it's easier for you to make sense and understand it. The first word that I would like to explain is most. Let me write it over here. I don't need to move to other pages. Explanation will be here, most. In Thai language, for example, if we have 10, right? 10 items, 10 glasses, 10 glasses of coffee. What is most? Most maybe more than half. Most of the glasses of coffee. Most of the glasses of coffee are cappuccino. Means majority. More than half. Large number. Generalized group. Most people in Thailand do not like most people in Thailand do not like corruption. It means some like corruption, especially those who corrupt by themselves. They like it. They don't like, but they like. Somebody maybe, I don't like it, but my boss forced me to do. Until now, I'm so familiar with corruption. I have to corrupt every day. I corrupt the time of the government, the time of the nation. I corrupt the paper of the nation. I corrupt the budget of the nation. I corrupt whatever I see. Even cement, I eat it. Number one is most. Number two is all. Mentioned recently. All mean 10 glasses. 10 glasses of coffee. All mean 10 glasses. All. Everything. Every item. All means every. But when we use it differently. All means every, and whatever the numbers you have means all, no exception, which is different from most. But when we use the same. We can use all of them the same way. Some, the next one is some maybe more or less, I don't know, some all of these, how can we use it? Number one, I use it, I wrote it here, number one, so I explain here and you can understand easily. Most or some plus what? The second one, the first one we use with countable noun. Countable noun. Most plus plural noun. Let me use this one. Like plural. Okay, never mind. Plural here. Two forms of plural, maybe more than that. The first, maybe three forms, maybe two forms. The first one is ses at the end of common noun. The second one is maybe irregular noun. Person เป็น people. Child เป็น children. Child เป็น children. Child to children. Ox เป็น oxen. Oxen. Fish like that. Plural and singular form. Plural and singular form are the same. And if we use, let me say that if we use most plus plural noun, all plus plural noun, and some plus plural noun as a subject, as subjects of verb, verb will be singular or plural. Singular or plural. Verb here will be plural verb. Verb. Plural form. Plural form mean no ses if it is present simple tense. No ses if it is can you see it? Maybe not. Present simple tense. Plural. For example, means all means most means some, all of them, but the example will be this. Most students mean most of my students. Most students in whatever, no, not necessarily this one, in the class, in my class. Speak here. Speak is a verb of students. Some people. Even we don't have ses here, but we learn that, we know that people is plural noun. Some people in Thailand, maybe not, some people understand what I said. Now clause. People understand what I say, what I said. This is now clause. Understand, no ses, because subject is plural. That's why. And if we use all student, maybe all child, can you use this all child? All child like playing game. Is it possible? All child like playing game. It is possible to use like this. No, it is not possible, because most or some, when used with plural noun, when used with countable noun, noun must be in plural form. Children will be correct. Okay, that's all. The first form, the first structure. What do you say? Depends on you. The first platform, the first form that we have to learn. The first one, most or some, just like this. And the second one here, but I will explain accordingly. The second one, we use excuse me, we use most of, now we use of, all of, some of, maybe any of also sometimes in negative form. Of here, after of, normally there is the. If you don't use the, my, his, her determiner, other determiners can be used, maybe except a and the, because all of this require plural form, a and, not available here. Most of my, or the all of your or the, some of his or the, plus same noun, common noun, and countable noun. This will be plural form. And if we use this as subject, subject means all of this, all of these words, all of these words are subject words. But the subject, the real subject is most. Up here, the real subject is this subject. Let me change the color. The real subject is this. Subject is this. But this one, the real subject is this because of number 6 here, of. But we don't know. Most, all, some will be singular or plural. So we have to come to see the word after of, which is countable or uncountable noun. Countable or uncountable noun. If it is countable noun, that will be plural form. And most, all, some will be plural subjects too. Verb here will be plural. For example, same thing. For example, most of the students, most of my students, same thing. No SAS because there are plural subjects. Because they are plural subjects, whatever. So all of Thai people, all of hate, no SAS, violence. I don't think so. Hate, violence. All of. If we use some of the or my, some of the worker, some of the employee, worker like this. Some of the, this is not correct. If you use some of the worker, the workers must change to plural form. Some of the workers comes early every day. No SES because some refers to workers, means plural noun, and plural subject, come to work early. Clear? Two ways of using most or some with countable noun. What about using some or most with uncountable noun? That's interesting. That is interesting. The second one we use following here. Using number 3, we use most, not almost. Almost will be explained after this. Most, all, some. If we use with uncountable noun, that's why I combine together, explain at one time, because all of them use the same, can be used the same way. Plus uncountable noun. Uncountable. This one will be noun, but uncount, singular, because this is uncountable noun, singular, not singing song. This one is a subject, same as the first one. And verb must be singular form. Verb must be singular. Singular verb. SES. If it is present simple tense. For example, most of my money. Not this one, sorry. This is uncountable now, but we will come back later. Correct. Most of my money. Money is uncountable now. Use was because most refer to money, which is uncountable now. So verb must be singular form. Most of the oil is uncountable now, so most is singular subject to. Verb of is was. What about consume? Consume is reduced form of adjective clause, reduced deductive form. Which is consumed in Thailand? Which was consumed in Thailand? Was imported. Which is or which was depends on you. So this one also the same as the example, clear example on the left hand side. Most, but this one off, right? But here no of. Most money was spent by General Prayut. General Prayut was because money is singular, uncountable noun, singular subject. That's why. Easy, huh? So the second one is number 4. We remember only 2 of the 4 forms of all, most, some, usage. Okay, only 4 forms, 4 structures of using them wherever you see them, whenever you want to use them. The form will be like this. If you see the extra form, please tell me. Most of, and some. This one refer to of needs, of proposition, plus maybe the. Sometimes we didn't see the behind. No my. No my, no his, no her too. But we have to. But see some standardized test like TOEIC. Mistake. They don't give the points to the student who didn't put the there. That's why we have to choose if necessary. Most of the plus uncountable now singular. Verb must be singular too, which is the same as this, same as number T. Number 3, just cut this one as well. Same thing. Most of my money. Most of my, some of my money, all of my money was invest, ed passive voice, in stock market. That's all. Like this. Most of money, my money. Money is uncountable now. Don't put S over there because it is uncountable now. Most of the information, for example, most of the information received from Mr. Tom was necessary for decision making. Same as you remember it when I said, because writing is not compromised right now, not clear enough. Okay. This is the way to use most or some. Most of. Let me explain the rest. Not concerning to all and some. That is almost. Almost will be here, right? Almost is. Where is almost? Come to almost. Or easier for me to explain with the description. Maybe over here. Almost. Where is it? Can you find it? Almost. Already. Any. Some coming here. But I already explained some. Not available here. Not available. So almost, most, which one? Most. Let's come to most. Most already finished. Sorry. The most will be explained later. Almost to almost. Most. The most. The most, almost. Only 3 words. Sorry. Almost is adverb. Let me explain over here. Almost is adverb. not the most, not most, but almost. The meaning is different. เกือบจะ almost. Almost is adverb. It is not noun or adjective that keep in front of particular words. Noun. So when we use most, almost, we have to use all, as I explained recently behind, and every, which will be explained next clip, because every is there. If we use almost, we must use all and every after almost. All will be like number one. All will be like number two, because this is the form of using all. All can be like this, and all can be like number four. Follow almost. Follow almost. Okay? Big one like this. Four form. But every plus subject singular noun. Sorry. Then I will explain next. Noun countable singular, different from all. All countable plural. Every countable singular. And then if it is a subject, subject will be singular over here. But all subject, verb will be plural, as I explained. Different. The meaning is quite the same, but the way to use is quite different. This is almost. The most, let's explain later about adjective, comparative, comparison of adjective, which is superlative degree. We use the most with adjective, maybe adverb also. Adjective, not maybe, adverb also. Adjective, superlative degree. In superlative degree, the words, maybe more than two words. Two words not ending with Y. Happy, no. We don't use the most happy, no. We use the most handsome. The most handsome, and more than two words. The most expensive. I believe in the future we will have comparative. Maybe have or not, I don't know. But let's see first. And if we have, we will explain about that later. Or maybe I explained before that about how to use comparison of adjective. This is three words that voice similar, but the way to use are totally different.